Welcome back to the 3PL Summit. We are excited that you're here. This is our second virtual conference. We spent a lot of time and energy improving upon what we did back in May. So we hope that you're having a fantastic time. We certainly are honored that you're our guests. Be sure to look at the schedule for the rest of the year. We have a lot of events coming up. The one that's most exciting is our FreightWaves conference that's coming up in December. We're working with NASA to put that on. It's going to be a fabulous experience. It's going to be explosive, so look forward to that. We also have a site and selection experience coming up in September, along with a global trade tech conference. But what I'm going to talk about right now is something that the rest of the organization has been working on. A reflection of the quality of our data science team, our engineering team that creates some awesome, explosive graphics and visualization tools to make your life powerful, as well as getting feedback from our customers that have been using SONAR for the last couple of years. Over 400 clients are using SONAR on an active and daily basis to manage their operations. Today, I'm excited to introduce Lane Scorecard, the most powerful and fastest tool built specifically for pricing analysts. This iteration of SONAR is our most powerful solution yet, built specifically for the power user, for the pricing analyst that has a lot of lanes to manage. Let me show you how Lane Scorecard works. Come with me on a journey into the most powerful tool we've ever created for pricing analysts. This bulk tool gives the ability for the user to upload all those lanes that are in the RFPs by 3 or 5 digit zip code. And this is what they'll see. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works. But before I do, I want to point out what you end up getting in terms of end result. So you'll see the lanes that are a part of the bid, the historical trends, the predicted trends, the historic change in pricing over the past 12 months, the predicted change, what we're predicting from a data science standpoint that will happen on that particular lane over the next 12 months. The distance associated with it, the duration. Now keep in mind, hours of service impacts duration, but this takes in at a current transit speed of what it will take to actually deliver that load in terms of timing. You also have the equipment type for that particular rate. So if you're dealing with different equipment types, you can actually see what those rates are. You have the volatility risk. In other words, what is the chance of that lane moving and modifying and having volatility over the next time period? And what's great about this is you can actually set the time period. So the user gets to determine what time period that they're interested in, and that's what drives the decisions. So if they're interested in something over a 3-month period, over a 6-month period, over a 9-month period, all they have to do is pick this option, and it will tell them what the volatility risk is and what the lane score is. Now, you haven't seen lane score because it's brand new. We've never shown you what a lane score will do. But this is a composite score taken into lane signal information and all of the data science associated with SONAR and actually applying a score to that particular lane. Now you ask, what is a lane score? A lane score is the composite score of how interesting and attractive that lane is from a volatility perspective. Now we built this particularly for freight brokers, effectively the day traders of the market. We built it so they would understand how attractive is that lane to bid on, how much opportunity is it to bid on. A high score means the lane is more interesting, more volatile. There's more opportunity in the lane. A low score means there's less opportunity in that lane. This gives you the opportunity to know what lanes are attractive and which ones aren't. Again, in this you have origin destination, the current rate, and the projected rate over the time period. So that's what you get, but let's show you how this experience works. So we take and we have a Excel file that we pulled up in terms of a demo. In this file, you have the origin and destination zip codes. You don't need any other information other than that. A 3-digit or 5-digit zip code will serve you just fine. It doesn't even need to know the market area that you're dealing with. And so what you have here is your origin and destination zip codes. We've created a sample file of 20 individual lanes. And basically, this is what someone would have created using those zip codes. So let's walk through the experience, how this works. So you'll find the lane scorecard in the app section on SONAR. So let me show you this right here. The app section is the upper left-hand corner. Go down and look for something called lane scorecard. Lane scorecard, you pull it up, and it will bring up this, awaiting to upload data. Now, it's important to know when you're talking about waiting to upload data, what it's expecting for you to do is to upload those lanes that you're interested in. So let's do that right now. So you go up here, you click on the upper part. If you basically pick a file, and if you don't have the pre-formatted file, then we have a sample template for you. But to save time, we can actually show you what we've actually done. So we're going to open that up. We're going to start upload. It's shown that you get a success message. And now what you have is all of those lanes that will show up automatically scored for you. They're scored, you have pricing, you have rates, and it's meant to make your life very simple. Now again, this is not just about pricing. This is about understanding the dynamics of those lanes, understanding where volatility lies in the markets, and how those lanes are interacting with others inside the market. Our goal with the lane scorecard is to make your life in pricing easy and quick, and help you do more faster and more accurately, helping protect margins and drive more business into your organization. Now, for the first time ever, we're giving the ability for users to download this information into a separate file. This enables them to put it into Excel or Google Sheets or anything that can take a CSV file so that they can manage all of that data science in their own spreadsheet platforms. And so that's real simple. You go through the download, and it will basically take it into a CSV file. You can import it into any analytics platform that can support CSV. So Excel, Sheets, even a Tableau instance can take it. So let's get out of there. You save it, you're done. What I'm really excited to show today is an iteration on our predictive rates. When we rolled that out a few months ago, we focused on the van market. But today, for the first time ever inside of SONAR, we have predictive rates for the refrigerated trucking market. And let's show you that right here. Again, it's in apps. You go into predictive rates, click on that. The predictive rates will show basically what rate forecast methodology you're using, what mode of traffic, which is new. It's a new experience. That will show you right there. So if you look, you can see van or reefer. Now this is in beta. This is a brand new product that we're rolling out. So we're looking for feedback. So understand that we're looking for you to provide input on how these rates are assessed and how they look in terms of your business. Now understand, these are market predictions. Predictions are always as good as the data that underlines it. And we're using SONAR as real-time quantitative data to model where these rates are. So as we roll this out and continue to enhance it, the accuracy methodology will continue to be far more accurate over time. And so what you can see here is very similar to our van rates, is today's rate, 1 week, 1 month. You have the median, the low, and the high. And what this shows you is the range of potential rates in the market so that you know where those reefer rates are actually going to, are projected to be over that period of time. One of the coolest things we did this time was we thought differently about SONAR. We thought expanding beyond our ticker-based methodology into something much more powerful and built dashboards that are very turnkey. Now, the goal of doing this is to have a dashboard that makes it very easy to get access to information without having to know the ticker specifically associated with that data. Now, over the last couple of months, we've worked to make SONAR a more comprehensive platform. Things that happen overseas impact the domestic US freight market, and things that happen in the domestic market impact the globe. You don't have to go very far in history to understand how impactful trade fluctuations are to the domestic freight market. In fact, port activity is a good predictor of what's going to happen in the domestic freight market. So what we did over the last couple of months is we've sourced data from all sorts of modes. And what I'm going to show you today is our new ocean shipment dashboard. You'll find it in the apps section, so very similar to pulling up predictive rates or pulling up the lane scoreboard. You can actually pull this up through the same app section. I'm going to show you how this works. With our ocean shipment dashboard, you have a complete comprehensive view of how the global trade, ocean volumes, and shipments are impacting the domestic ports. This is a very powerful tool set if you're trying to understand volumes that are headed into the US ports or out of the US ports. Trucking operators, dray operators, intermodal operators are certainly exposed to port activity. And with this advanced information, can actually get ahead of those volumes. So when the ports are growing exponentially in terms of volume or shrinking because of trade imbalances or trade fluctuations, you'll know that information before anyone else will. So let's show you how this works. So the first thing you've got is what we call the TEU volume index. And so this is based on TEUs, and what we've done is we've indexed it. So what that means is it's not actual counts, but it's a relative value in terms of the index. And so what we're seeing here is both import, exports, you can specify that. What you also have is the trade country. So in this case, we picked China. You can go pick other countries. Vietnam has been in the news a lot lately, simply because it has become the second country as an alternative to China related to all the fluctuations in trade policy. You have the US ports over here. You can drill down into any US port that you want to see that has activity with Vietnam. You can pull it up. So we can go pick on Los Angeles or Long Beach. And it'll actually show you the volume of exports or imports. So let's go look at imports right now. You can see imports out of Vietnam into LA. Again, this is an index, so it's not actual counts in terms of ocean shipments or TEU volume. So real clear on what a shipment versus TEU is. Shipments are the total amounts of bill of ladens, or an indexed version of the bill of ladens. And the TEU is an indexed version of the total amount of containers on 20-foot equivalent units. And it's showing you how year-over-year activity from Vietnam imported into LA, that we've seen a rise of 178, or 79 if you round it, 179% in terms of growth. So massive, massive fluctuations in terms of volume. So this ocean shipment index is showing activity right here. You have the next 7 days, so you can see what the forward looking. I think one of the most powerful pieces of this is we're getting the data at the point of origin, not when it clears customs, but actually when it's tendered over to the ocean carriers. Really, really powerful, because this data can lead as much as 6 to 8 weeks before it comes into the US ports. Obviously, some countries of origin are closer and activity's faster, but when you look at the power of having a 6 to 8 week outlook, it gives you a lot more information about what's happening in the market. And again, this is not coming from customs. The alternative data sets out there, which we also have inside of SONAR, are customs-oriented data sets. This data set is actually coming from the electronic tenders between the shippers, or the BCOs, and the ocean carriers. So what's great about this dashboard is that you can actually see shipments by carrier. So hover over, see the activity. In this case, we're looking at Maersk. You can go see MSC, APL, CMA. Again, it's based on origin country and US port. So you're seeing the activity of imports related to that port specifically. Now, if we hover over and we pick up MSC, click on it, you can actually see the information change. Or perhaps you want to go and pick out a carrier. So let's go see what the total amount of index volume at all US ports from Vietnam. So Michael, let's go click on all, see it, and then we can go pick on individual carriers. You can see how they interact in terms of what's happening at all ports. And so you're able to see the activity. Again, it's showing you what port activity has happened, massive growth for MSC from Vietnam to the port of LA. That is a major, major amount of growth. This is an example of what we're doing with our new dashboard apps, is we're bringing the data, taking in all of this fundamental data, moving beyond just tickers and putting in an active dashboard that is designed to provide really quick information if someone is looking to gather intelligence about the freight market without having to know tickers. I'm really, really excited about this because I think it really changes the way SONAR interacts with the freight market, and perhaps how you can interact with the freight market. I want to thank you for coming to our 3PL Summit. We're honored to have you here as our guest once again. We have a lot of exciting presentations coming up over the next couple of hours. And we're also looking forward to hosting a number of very targeted and specific conferences through the rest of the year. Thank you for coming to our 3PL Summit. We want to thank our sponsors, our supporters, and all of the folks that have put on this great production.